Laura, and I am going to show you 6 ways you can use one digital image. I can't say digital image. This is my second time recording this and I can't say it. Let me try again. This digital image was sent to me by AboveParrCrafts. And she has asked me to use the image in different projects. And I thought it would be a fun thing to talk about how you can use one image in multiple ways. Because we buy all these digital images and they're really fun and then we use them once or twice. And I thought, well, it'd be fun to show you different ways. And then in different journals or different projects, you could use the same images but switch it up. This one is really cool. You can resize the ladies and the postcards. You can also, once it's printed, fold it, and then it has the front and the back. So you can just use one and have it really large, which would be kind of fun for a background of, let's say, like a pocket letter. But what I'm going to do is show you 6 different ways to use it for your junk journal. Okay, let's get into it. So the first one is, like I said, just using the front and the back. And then I just did some simple sewing around it. And then I inked up with my ink right here. Just inked up the edges. And then you could also take this further, right? And you could add buttons and lace and trim and embellish it that way. However, I think it's fun to just get several of these ready and have them in your stash, and then you can embellish it to kind of match the journal. So if you were doing, for this one, a vintage girl theme, or maybe since she's ice skating, a winter theme, you can kind of change up your style depending on what kind of journal you're doing. All right, so this is just the first one, using the front and back. This one, I took the girl and then I did some sewing and I added some vintage, or maybe retro is the better word, it's not that old, retro ledger paper. And then this way the person could take notes on the back and it gives it a nice thickness. All right, the next one, I used just the postcard, make sure I'm in frame, the postcard portion, and I added some copy paper and some Tim Holtz tiny attacher staples, inked up the edges, not sure if I said that. And now I have a little mini book that I could tuck into a journal. Pretty cute. And then this one, I used the girl and then the postcard, and I only did sewing on 3 of the 4 sides, and then I added this tag in the middle. So now you have a floating tag that you could move around in your journal, or if you wanted, you could washi tape it and tape it into your journal that way so that you could see the front and the back, so that it would become a flip. The top, this punch out, I use one of my punches. You can use a circle punch. I used the top of the tag punch right here, and I just stuck it in and punched it so that when my item, my tag is in here, like so, I can easily pull it in and out and see that there's something fun in there. Again, you can always add more embellishments, of course, all that good stuff. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th way is, this is a vintage book page, and I took one of the girls and I did some sewing. Before I sewed it on, I actually took part of the postcard and I stuck it on the bottom, and so now it's a double pocket. So if I had, well, maybe something smaller, there. If I have a card, I could stick that in here, and then I also have this top one, and that's a pocket as well. And then I just did some simple lace and a button. Pretty cute. And that's just using the postcard and then the image. So that one's ready to go in a book. All right, and then the last one I thought we could do together. Excuse me. I've already inked up the edges, and I'm going to use these stamps to embellish and some of the words to embellish the front. So I'm just going to kind of cut these out. And I also have some lace over here and some buttons to the side. But I thought this was fun because it's using the same image but also incorporating some of the other image together. So it's really neat to see how versatile one digital image is. Since you have it and you can print it as much as you want since you purchased it, well, I didn't fuss to get that very well. You might want to use it more than once instead of, you know, using the image one time in one journal and then that's that. Here, I'm hopefully giving you some ideas on how you can use it more than once. All right, I think behind here I'm going to add some this blue to match the blue in the sky. And a little bit of tape. Of course, sewing would be an option. Just don't sew where your tape is. I just unclogged my sewing machine because I did that. I said don't do it and I did it. There we go. And then I have these buttons. Let's turn this off. I always like to add buttons. Get out my glue. Sorry. Just coughing and coughing. Can't get it to go away. And there. No. How about down here? Let's try again. Button and I are not cooperating. There we go. There we go. All right. And then you could, I mean, the person could easily journal on the back of this, but I also found at Recollections this stamp that would go on the back. But now that I have wet buttons, I should have done that first. But you could stamp it and it will just have the lines for the journaling. There we go. So there are some easy, fast ways to use the same digital image, but look at this. Let me move all my junk out of the way. You come up with different looks and different ideas. Pretty fun. All right, I hope you like this video, and I hope you give this a try with some of the see, there's that word again, digital images that you've purchased. All right, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. And thanks again to AboveParrCrafts. I will have her information linked below. And I forgot to mention that if you order anything digital or actual products from her Etsy shop, she is going to give you 10% off using the code CARA10. So my name, C-A-R-A 10, and you'll get 10% off her Etsy store. Again, I will have all that information linked below, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.